Hey there guys, welcome to another episode of Robo Fett, and wow, I gotta say, it's been a while since I've done actual, like, just filming myself talk about a movie, but I wanted to go back to it. Anyway guys, let's get down to it. Let's talk about Captain America Civil War. I was lucky enough to go to a pre-screening, courtesy of Audi. Of course, I had to sit through like 3 Audi commercials before the movie, and it was very reminiscent of the Batman v Superman Jeep commercial, and I just couldn't stop thinking about that in a certain part of the movie with a lot of Audis in it. But other than that, I really did appreciate it. It was really awesome to see a pre-screening. That being said, I feel like everybody has seen a pre-screening of this movie this week. Like, oh my god, like, I feel like I'm the last person to see it or something. I don't know. But anyway, guys, so let's get down to it. Let's talk about it. Captain America Civil War, starring Chris Hemsworth, Robert Downey Jr., Scarlett Johansson, and who would not? Pretty much everybody is in this movie. I'm surprised I didn't see myself on the screen. First off, I just want to start off by saying, if nothing else, this movie is a miracle that it's even happening. I mean, we are so desensitized by all the freaking superhero movies that are out right now that we do not have enough appreciation for the fact that the Civil War movie has happened, and that you get to see this many characters in a movie at once. So this movie, it really surprised me. It's really down to earth. I'm sure that all of you have seen how they pitched the movie, pick Team Captain America, pick Team, Cap, whatever, Team Cap, Team Iron Man. It's not about that. This is a movie about real people. It's a movie about friendship. It's a movie about actual characters, and it's very, very well done. It's very, very well balanced, and it really, really paces itself well, which is something that I feel like Batman v Superman didn't know how to do. It didn't know how to calibrate. It didn't know how to tie things together. This movie does that very well, and when it comes down to Team Cap or Team Iron Man, you see where everybody's coming from. Honestly, you really can't pick a side, because you see where everybody's coming from, and you can kind of relate with both of them. And that was something that I just thought was just such good writing. Because I feel like even in the real Civil War storyline, you almost, even if you don't like Captain America, you kind of had to side with them, because Iron Man was just, he wasn't real, right? He was just being a douchebag. So I'm going to go ahead and keep this spoiler free. Basically, the plot of the movie is the Avengers, superheroes in general, they've been saving the world, but in the process they've also been ruining a lot of stuff. A lot of innocent people have died in the process. And the government officials feel like they need to be put in check. It's not necessarily a horrible idea, but it's not a great idea either. Ross is back calling the shots. It's really cool because he finally confirms that the Hulk movie is tied in to this universe. I mean, I've argued with so many people about this. I'm like, just because they recast the Hulk, that movie did happen. It's in the universe. The introduction of the other heroes, it doesn't take over the whole movie. I thought that there was just going to be too much going on in this movie, just like Batman v Superman, but it's not. They're in it for a moderate amount of time. They don't take up everything, and everybody gets their due, I feel like. Tom Holland as Spider-Man, oh my gosh. Honestly, just in the small time he was in this movie with the writing that he had, I felt like he was the best incarnation of Spider-Man we've ever had. He was funny, he was smart, he was poor. I mean, he had like a 1980s computer in his bedroom. He was Peter Parker. That's the big thing, is I don't ever feel like anybody's ever really got Peter Parker right. Paul Rudd as Ant-Man, again, you know what? They took the character that was in the Ant-Man movie and they really stayed true to it in this movie. It was awesome. He was probably one of my favorite comedic aspects of the movie. Very, very awesome. Chad Boseman as T'Challa, Black Panther, he did awesome. I'm not really the biggest Black Panther fan. I didn't really know that much about him. But after seeing this, I am really excited to see his solo movie. I'm really excited for what they're going to do with him and where he's going. He was also just really cool, relatable character. He really got the plot moving with this movie and made an very interesting aspect to this movie. Like I said earlier, the humor is so good in this movie, but the problems are also very convincing. And for a movie that's introducing characters like Spider-Man and the Black Panther characters that we have not met yet, they do an incredible job, and it just goes to show you how disappointing it was that Batman v Superman didn't do that. They didn't do it well. When it just goes to show that you can do it. It's not impossible to introduce new characters into something that are very intricate characters, but at the same time not having them take over anything or doing it poorly. Joe and Anthony Russo, they just do a great job. I feel like Captain America is really the only set of movies, the only trilogy that has just gotten better movie after movie after movie. They have this whole 60s spy feel to these movies, and I find that very interesting. I think it works very well, especially in Captain America 2. There was a lot of real stunts in this movie. You could tell a lot of in-camera stunts were going on, and it was very, very impressive. Very, very. I mean, in this day and age of, computers and CGI and whatnot, it's just really nice to see that they're still implementing those stunts and aspects into these movies. That they really don't have to, but you know that they care enough to do it. And you know what? Caring. That's the thing I felt when I left this movie that I did not feel with Batman vs Superman. I cared that they were fighting. I cared what was going on. I cared that they put so much time and effort into the movie. I cared about almost everything they did in this movie. Whereas Batman vs Superman, I did not care in the slightest. There's a few little inconsistencies, you know what I mean, with the movie. I don't know how I feel with how young Aunt May is. I mean, I feel like with every adaptation, she just keeps getting younger and younger and younger. But I don't know. We'll see what happens. And I have yet to be let down with Kate Beckinsale in a movie. So Kate Beckinsale, she's playing Aunt May. And even though it is a very young adaptation of Aunt May, I don't know that's going to take anything away. There's a few inconsistencies here and there, but overall this movie was great. I really loved the ending, and you know what? I was worried that they were going to rush to make everything just be fixed by the end of the movie, and that was probably the biggest thing. I was like, you're going to have this big epic thing, and then they're all just going to get over it. And honestly, like I said, I'm not spoiling anything here, but basically by the time the movie's over, not everything's really fixed. There's a lot of things that are left to be resolved in future movies, and I thought that was the perfect choice that they could have chosen to do. Well, guys, I'm going to go ahead and give this movie a 10 out of 10. I thought it was just really great. Go see it as soon as it comes out. Don't be shy. If you really love the other Marvel movies, if you just love movies in general, go see this movie. It's really awesome. Guys, I just want to thank you for watching, as always. Did you go to a pre-screening? Have you already seen the movie too? If not, when you see it, just let me know in the comments below. It may be some concerns you might have before going to see it. Anything you want to talk about in the comments below, I would love to hear about it. So let me know. As always, like, comment, rate, subscribe. Like I always say, you don't have to, but if you did, it would really, really help me out. And as always, keep those Punisher hats on. And I'll see you later.